as well. Hope you're well, hope you're well, hope you're well. Hope you're well. Wavy. I make music. I'm doing a song a day challenge. I'm doing a song a day challenge. With a goal to drop a song a day to the end of the year. I drop 7 songs every Friday. Every Friday, 7 songs. So, link in the description if you want to check that out. Link in the description. Okay. Moisturizer check. If you've been following, I've been using this moisturizer for a while now, and it's supposed to be finished. I've been squeezing it for the past 2 weeks trying to get it to finish. It's been refusing to finish, but I think it's nearing its end. So I want to prove to you what I've been saying all along. Is every time I squeeze this thing, something comes out, even though it's like there's nothing there. I don't know where it's. I think there's a portal inside. There's a portal somewhere in here, and that portal leads to an infinite pool of moisturizer. And when I squeeze, a bit of moisturizer falls out of that portal. So it means I can't actually finish this. That's my theory for now. We shall see if that theory holds true. But we shall attempt to squeeze. If nothing comes out, it's finished, and I can begin using this one. I've been looking forward to starting to use this one, but I cannot use it until the other one is finished. So moment of truth. So I used to squeeze it like this. Let me try to get this on camera, but it didn't work. It stopped working because it might actually be finishing. But as you can see, nothing is coming out. If I squeeze it like this, nothing comes out. But if I squeeze it like, how did I squeeze it last time? If I squeeze it like this, now let's see. Wait, can you see that? It might actually be finished, because nothing is. Oh. Okay. That startled me because it just jumped out. Another day. As you can see, there's quite a good amount. Oh boy. Tomorrow might be the. I say this every day. Tomorrow might be the last day. It's never the last day. My hypothesis is that there's a portal within the bottle is growing stronger with each passing day. There might be a portal inside. I think they should set up a subscription service so you can just subscribe and just get infinite lotion, but you pay for the infinite lotion. So every month you just send them a fee, and then they send you lotion through the portal. Okay. Face moisturized. Face moisturized. I haven't done the get in the bag 34 hours. Talking to my brother story and how people write themselves into corners and they do puzzling things with their narrative. So an example I gave from a previous video was Naruto. It's a cool story about ninjas who use ninjutsu. Ninjutsu is basically magic, but it's like cool ninja magic, right? And to answer the question of where did ninjutsu come from, the question I feel like they didn't really need to answer. You could have just said it's just a force that just exists in the world, and that would have been an adequate explanation. But to answer the question of where did ninjutsu come from, they looked to aliens. They said ninjutsu came from aliens, which is ridiculous. That's the little twist that came at the end. The aliens why ninjas have ninjutsu, which was such a terrible explanation. And it's not really an explanation either, because it just pushes the question outside of the planet. So it's like, where did the aliens get ninjutsu from? So you haven't actually answered the question, where did ninjutsu come from? I think it would have been perfectly fine for them to just say ninjutsu is just a force of nature that all at least some humans have access to. So you see writers do this a lot, and I don't, one of the theorized that one of the reasons they do this is to extend the story. artificially extend the story so that they can make more money. I think it's possible, you know, because Naruto is like, what, 500 episodes? If they'd kept it simple, it would have had much. It would have had fewer episodes. Not necessarily, but there could have been other ways to extend it without including aliens. But, you know, maybe they just couldn't think of anything else, so they said aliens. Buy us more time. So, more episodes, more money, more manga books get printed, which means more money. So that's one reason they're gonna. I theorized another reason they did is just bad writing. They just wrote themselves into a corner and they didn't know how to get out of it, so they came up with a weird explanation as to why, but as to what's going on. The good explanation they came up with is the aliens. Writers write themselves into corners because of lack of planning, lack of discipline, lack of skill. They write themselves into corners. It happens. But I do think the money thing is a plausible explanation. But I'm seeing that with Attack on Titan now, where spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'm not going to give you details, like super granular details, but they've introduced time travel into Attack on Titan now, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd because it's deviating from what the series started. There was a cool story about these crazy monsters, titans that eat humans, and the humans are fighting against the titans to gain freedom over the land. And then somehow, along the way, things got crazy, got bigger, and then it just got worse and worse until we ended up with aliens. Not aliens, time travel. Very disappointing. Even though the person that was the main character, Eren, he's just become this. He was a brat before, but now he's insufferable. Like, they just destroyed the main character. I don't know why. Maybe they might redeem him at some later point, but I just feel like the direction they're taking him is not great. I just feel like they're extending it just to make, to capitalize on the cultural moment that they have. Everyone's talking about Attack on Titan, so it's like, let's just keep this going instead of like just end it, bro. They should have ended it a long time ago. Like the way they should have ended it with Erwin, Commander Erwin, and like he dies, and all those troops die, and those scouts die, and you wrap it up that way. Like you should have found a way to wrap it up within that season. That was season 3, I think. That would have been a good ending. You should find a way to wrap it up there. Like they kill all the Titans, but at great cost. But now it's time to rebuild, and then they go out and they see the ocean, and they're like, I wonder what's out there. And then they travel, and then they see other people, and they're like, oh, where are you from? And then it's like the whole world didn't even know that they were going through this crazy experience, and it would have been a beautiful ending. But no. Like I wanted to see Eren and Mikasa like finally, get romantic, get freaky, but they just took the story in another direction. Eren is essentially the villain now, and he's just strayed far from the path. He's like Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader type vibes, from Anakin to Darth Vader type vibes. It just seems whack to me. Maybe they'll redeem, but he's done things already that are just so you can never turn away from. You can't walk. He made some decisions he can't walk back. Like he's done terrible things. Which I guess is life, sometimes that happens. But the things he's done are just crazy, man. Remind me of King David, sort of. King David in the Bible did crazy, crazy things. But still, I think they took it too far. flaming hot. And the packages say flaming hot, but they're actually not that hot. It's just a bunch of cap. So I think why they're doing that with the Japanese item is, to artificially extend the series. Not artificially, but needlessly extend the series. So even like with season 4, part 1, season 4, part 2, part 3, it's like these are just new seasons. I don't know why you're saying season 4, part whatever. Like these are just new seasons. It's not different. I mean, guys, it's ridiculous. So I don't know if that's necessarily writing themselves into a corner and coming up with strange ideas to get themselves out. Maybe that's part of it. Our George Martin, the guy who wrote the Song of Ice and Fire series, the Game of Thrones stuff, he hasn't put out the Lost Book. Has he put out the Lost Book? I remember when I was in high school, this was almost a decade ago. No, this was literally a decade ago. We were talking about when is the Lost Book coming out of the Game of Thrones series. We're talking about it in high school. I think till this day he hasn't released that Lost Book because he's got writer's block. He does not know how to end it. So that's not a money thing. That's just more a creative issue. I think the fact that there's millions and millions of fans around the world who are waiting anxiously for this thing to come out isn't helping. It's like performance anxiety. It's like creative erectile dysfunction. He just can't perform. He's frozen. And I think he's just nervous and he doesn't want to disappoint the fans and he's trying to come up with the best possible ending to his story. I think the best writing method is one where you plan out your story, you know how it ends, and then you execute that, right? I think this thing of writing, releasing a book, and then coming up with the next book as you go along, not a great method, man. Because I guess you can do that if, like, there isn't much pressure to, put out the best book ever written and all that sort of stuff. But when you got millions of people waiting on the next book and you don't know what the next book is as the writer, like you're coming up with it as you go along, that pressure is insane. J.K. Rowling handled that excellently, though. She is an example of someone who took that pressure and made a diamond. Because Harry Potter, she was writing Harry Potter while it was going absolutely crazy around the world. Like the series, she wrote Philosopher's Stone. It went nuts. It went absolutely nuts. Then she wrote Chamber of Secrets, and I'm not sure how much she had written by the time Philosopher's Stone was a massive hit. I'm not sure if she already had Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban in the bag. But I know that Deathly Hallows was being written while everyone was losing their damn minds over the series. I'm pretty sure she was writing the whole series as people were catching on to it. And the pressure is insane because then people have high expectations. So the fact that every time she was able to meet those expectations is insane. It's unbelievable. She handled that masterfully, but I would not recommend people put themselves in positions like that. I mean, some people are just different. Like some people can handle it, but I would not want to be in that position. I just want freedom to write without dealing with people's expectations. You know what I'm saying? So I think with the story I'm writing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the whole thing, the whole series, and then when the last book is done, I'll put it out. I'll put out the first one, because then that way I know, like, even if you don't like it, you just don't like it because it's done, bitch. Like, it's done. So about what are they going to think about this, and I don't have to put myself through that. Like, I want to write the whole thing, or at least no. I want to write the whole thing. I don't want to write a story while people are like waiting and sending messages to me like, when is this coming out? Assuming I ever get to that point, assuming it's a big success or even a little success. That's a big if. But you know, I can conceptualize a version of reality where I know the ending, but I haven't written the book, and then the other book is out, so I'm just writing the next book. But I know how it ends and so on and so forth. I might do something like that. I might, but I'd prefer to have written all the books before I put out the first one. It's going to be 3 books maybe. I might have one like spin-off that deals with a particular character, just to give backstory and whatnot. I might have like three main books. But anyway, those are my points. I think that's how writers should approach things. Have the ending in mind before you publish, or how your story ends. Make sure it's a good one. And try your best to keep things grounded and maintain consistency in your plot and theme. Don't allow your story to like grow out of proportion, you know, and become something it wasn't originally. It's insane to me that they had the audacity to introduce time travel into Attack on Titan. I'm just like, why? I didn't need this. This is too much. You're doing too much. The story has gotten too complicated. It's too complicated. Even how they explain the explanation for how the Titans came to be in the first place is ridiculous. I've already spoiled a lot, so I might as well keep going. But basically, they say like Ymir. I don't know how to say it. Ymir. She was being chased by soldiers. She was a slave, and she escaped her slave master. She was being chased by soldiers, and she fell into a big tree. And then in the tree was like a pond of some, like a reservoir of water. And in the water was this weird worm-like creature, and it merged with her and turned her into a Titan, which is absolutely ridiculous as an explanation as to where the Titans came from. That's so absurd. You could have just gone with a simpler explanation, which is just science experiment gone wrong, and that would have made perfect sense. They were on an island. People were experimenting with things that they shouldn't have been experimenting with. The experiment went horribly wrong. They've been paying the price ever since. That would have been total sense. Maybe you could have had a thing of like oppressive government wants to oppress the people are uprising, so then the government creates super soldiers to keep the people in check. And that experiment goes horribly wrong. But the government never discloses. The government doesn't tell people where the Titans came from. They just keep it under wraps and and then as the story progresses, they uncover the mystery behind the Titans, and it comes out, oh, the people that are governing us right now are actually the same people that created the Titans and oh my god. Like, you could have turned it into something like that, but instead they came up with these outlandish concepts, very surreal stuff, very needlessly complicated, and it got worse and worse until they ended up at time travel. It's just like it didn't need to get to that point. It's unbelievable. So many ways they could have handled that. It didn't need to involve time travel. Yeah, I'm very upset. still gonna watch it because it does have a way of like annoying you and making you angry and disappointing you, but then next moment like something crazy happens and you're like, whoa, you just want to find out what's gonna, you just want to find out how it's gonna end, you know? It's one of those things like Game of Thrones, like even though it wasn't like people got upset and how it ended and whatnot, there were still so many good episodes, and it was still like, even if the plot went off the rails or whatever, it still was like, yeah, it was still entertaining. But it's just unfortunate that they didn't capitalize on their potential, and it could have been so much better. So I feel like Attack on Titan could have been so much better. It should have ended years ago. They should have ended the series years ago. When Eren died, they should have ended it. They should have found a way to end it with Eren's. I feel like they had an ending there. I suspect they had an ending there, and they're like, we're not ending it here, though. We're going to keep it going. Because Eren's death, coupled with the fact that the vast majority of the scouts themselves died, that would have been a wonderful way to end it. It's tragic, but it's also beautiful because the sacrifices result in the freedom of the people. And I just pictured an ending. Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, they've survived. They're all alive. And they're staring out at the ocean. They finally achieved this thing that they've been talking about, of seeing the ocean. And then it's such a beautiful thing, and they have conversations about what's to come. And then maybe you can have a few episodes after that just showing them visiting some distant land somewhere, and then people being like, wait, so you come from an island where there were titans and they were eating people? Oh my god, and they realize the rest of the world is very normal, and Mikasa and Eren are just getting along, and you just show them being happy and at peace, and they don't have to kill anyone or kill anything anymore, and then you can like maybe fast forward and Mikasa and Eren have a baby, and Armin is doing well, and so on and so forth. Like they could have wrapped it up nicely, dude. But they chose to include time travel. What the fuck? I'm quite upset about that. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm gonna probably watch Attack on Titan after this, to be honest. To be completely honest with you, I'm probably gonna watch it after this. Just because I just want to finish it. I've invested too much time to not know how it ends. After Attack on Titan, I might watch. What am I gonna watch? Maybe Hunter x Hunter. Like, give me some recommendations. I haven't watched that much anime, to be honest with you, so I'm not well versed in the world of anime. I've watched Naruto, I've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, I've watched obviously Dragon Ball, and a few other things here and there, but the majority of it I haven't watched. I've heard good things about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've heard good things about Hunter x Hunter. I've heard good things about there's a volleyball one I might watch, or is it basketball? I might watch that. It'd be a nice change of pace. There's no way they can include time travel in something like that, right? If they include time travel in that story about basketball, I'll be very upset. You never know these people, man. They always come up with the craziest plots. Craziest plots where they start out simple and just end up completely left field. Anyway, you know, this is the end of the video. It's the end of the video, and you know I like to pray at the end of all my videos. Just to impart blessing and peace and all that good stuff. So dear God, thank you for this individual watching this video. I know, thank you for blessing them, making them whole and unique. Thank you that you're guiding them on a great path towards peace, prosperity, and purpose. Bless this person with purpose. So that they have a great idea of what they want to do with their life, and that they're fulfilled by what they want to do with their life, and that they gotta do it. bless them with great people that are with them on this journey to love them and encourage them and bring the best out of them. And that you maintain the ones that are there, and yeah, you introduce new people. And just bless this person with the spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for all the great things in their life. Just be aware of all the bright. Oh, still here. Every time I press pause, this guy's engine revs up. Anyway, where was I? Something about good gratitude. Yeah, help this person be thankful for all the things they have. And that through giving thanks, they attract even more blessings, Lord. So good health, long life, and happiness over this individual and all the people they care about in your mind. And I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.